Hello everyone. So today we are going to do the configuration of OSPF on the network. Okay. So let's discuss about the topology first. So R5, R4 and R1 are in area 1. Okay. And R1, R2 and R3 these are connected and these are in area 0 and this is 200.0.0.0 network that is in that is externally connected. Okay, so now we are going to do the configuration of OSPF on this network. So first of all we will do the configuration of area 1 routers. Okay, then we will do the configuration of area 0 routers, then we will do the configuration of BGP in between the router number 3 and router number 6. So let me take the console access for the same. For router number 5, so configure terminal router OSPF 1. So this is our process ID 1 network, that is 10.0.2.0, 0.0.0.255, area is 0. Okay, another network is sorry, area is 1. Okay, area 1. Another network is what? 192.168.10.0, 0.0.0.255, area is 1. Okay, let's go to router number 4 and do the configuration. So configure terminal router OSPF 1 network 192.168.10.0, 0.0.0.255, area 1. Okay, network 192.168.11.0, 0.0.0.255, area is 1. Okay, so after some time we will got the message for the neighborship in between R4 and R5. Okay, till then let's do the configuration on R1. So R1, in R1 one interface is connected to the area 1 and one interface is connected to area 0. So on the behalf of that we will do the configuration. So go to global configuration mode. Okay, router OSPF 1 network, that is 192.168.11.0, 0.0.0.255, area is 1. Okay, on right side the 192.168.12.0 is in area 0 basically. So we got the neighborship message everywhere. Okay, so all the three routers R1, R4 and R5 becomes the neighbor. Let's go to router number 1 and do the configuration. So network, let's advertise the network 192.168.12.0, 0.0.0.255, area is 0. So here you can see that on router number 1 this network will be in area 1 and this network will be in area 0. Different areas are there. Let's do the configuration on R2 now. Go to global configuration mode, router OSPF 1 network 192.168.12.0, 0.0.0.255, area is 0. Okay, soon we will get the message of neighborship. Another network is what? 192.168.13.0, 0.0.0.255, area is 0. Okay, let's do the configuration on R3. Go to global configuration mode and router OSPF 1 network. This is 192.168.13.0, 0.0.0.255, area is 0. Okay, so all the networks has been configured. So we can also do the configuration of this network 10.0.1.0 over R3. Let's do that. Network 10.0.1.0, 0.0.0.255, area is 0. Okay, So we just did the configuration of OSPF everywhere and we got the neighborship messages now. Soon it will also create the neighborship in between R3 and R2. Now, as we can see that R3 is running with is connected to the external network, so we will do the configuration of border gateway protocol over here. So BGP will be advertised over here in R6 as well as R3. So let's do the configuration of BGP over here, and this will be the network, and we are using the AS100 on R3 and AS200 over R6. So let's do the configuration of BGP. So router BGP, that is 100, neighbor, that is 200.0.0.2, remote AS is 200. Okay, then advertise the network in between them, network that is 200.0.0.0, and mask is 255.255.255.0. In the same way, let's do the configuration on R6. Router BGP, that is 200, neighbor, that is 200.0.0.1, remote AS is 100, and now, sorry, let's advertise the network that is 200.0.0.0 and mask 255.255.255.0. Let's now advertise all of these three networks in BGP. How we can do that? Just put the network command, network, that is 10.0.1.0, sorry, 20.0.20.0.1.0, and mask is 255.255.255.0. Another network is 220.0.2.0. Next network is 20.0.3.0. So we can see that we have configured the border gateway protocol in between R3 and R6. Now, the problem is that we can't able to reach out from R2 to R6, or any router that are configured with OSPF cannot able to ping the router that are running with BGP. Okay, so the router beyond this R3 cannot able to ping any router over here because we didn't have performed the redistribution. So the reason of redistribution is that we have to advertise the OSPF into BGP as well as BGP into OSPF. So let's do the same. How we can do that? Go to router number 3 and do the redistribution. So router BGP, that is 100, redistribute OSPF 1. Okay, in the same way, router OSPF 1, okay, redistribute BGP 100 and its subnets. Okay, so in the same way, BGP will be advertised in OSPF. Okay, so during the configuration of BGP, we advertise the network in between them. Okay, now after distribution, let me go to router number 5. On this router, I'm going to check that which networks are available in the routing table of R5. Let's check the routing table of R5. Okay, how we can do that? By putting a command show IP route. Okay, show IP route. So here we can see that all the networks are available in the table. So R5 has information of external networks as well, 20.0.1.1, 20.0.2.0, 20.0.3.0, all the networks available, including this network 200.0.0.0, also available in the table of R5. That is means we can easily able to ping all of them. Okay, so let me try to do that. Let me try to ping 20.0.1.1 and it's pinging perfectly. So the configuration is successful. Secondary, here we have two routers R1 that is acting as area border router, that is a mediator router in between area 1 and area 0, that is used to exchange the information in between the routers of different areas, is known as area border router. And R3 is exchanging the information from BGP to OSPF. That kind of router is known as the ASBR, autonomous system bounded router, that is used to communicate with different protocols. Okay, so if I ask the R5 that which one is your border router, show IP OSPF border router, so it will say that the router that is having the router ID 192.168.12.1 is the ABR and 10.0.1.1 is the ASBR. Okay, so router 5 is saying that from my end R1 is my ASBR and sorry, ABR, area border router, and R3 is my ASBR, and it is indicating on the behalf of router ID. So this is our router ID of both the routers. So these routers are known as these router ID. That is why the R5 is showing the router ID of 10.0.1.1 as the border router and 192.168.12.1 as the area border router. Okay, so this is how we can do the configuration of OSPF. We can do the configuration of ABR, ASBR, and we can do the configuration of other protocol, advertise them with the help of redistribution. So if you have any query, you can ask.